All right. So when we are multiplying matrices, and again, I'm trying not to make this really big. Okay. I had this graphic. This is a 3x2. This is, you count the rows first. The rows are the horizontal, and then the columns. Okay. These two numbers must match, and the outside numbers are your result. Now, I try not to do anything where you would have a really big matrix as an answer because it would take too long and all that kind of stuff. And I don't need you to do something that takes 20 steps to know that you know how to do it. Okay. Um, and some of this stuff that you'll see on the handout, it kind of doesn't make any sense until, again, we start doing it. So, if you have this is a 2x2 because we have two rows and then two columns and another 2x2. All right, so these match, and this is going to be our answer. Okay, the size of the answer. Okay, basically what you're doing, and I like this graphic more than some of the other things I found yesterday because in the past, teaching this has not been super fun or easy. Basically, for the way you were finding like this part right here, this is in the first row, first column. So we take this first row and we would multiply it by this first column. So that's why we have like A times E plus B times G. Okay, and it just kind of goes on that same pattern all the way through. And the first couple of times it seems really confusing, but then again, it's just the process. Once you get a hold of the process, it's easy to do. Now, on the first couple of examples, the big thing is this doable? You need to ask yourself that question, and then what's going to be the size of the answer? All right, so this matrix is a 2x2. This other one is a 2x2. So if these match, this would be a yes, okay, because you will have some that you can't do. All right, and the outside is 2x2, so this is the size of our answer. All right, now I did that and then wrote all up in my notes down here. Okay, now so this part right here, there we go. So if we have this, that's why I said this is in the first row, first column. Well, that's why we had this times this. So it's -5 times 3 plus 1 times 6. Okay. And it just keeps going on that same pattern. All right. So this one is in the first row, second column. So we have the first row and then the second column. And it goes on. This is the second row, first column, and the second row, second column. All right. So as we're writing this out, okay. Well, let's see, this becomes -15 plus 6. So this answer is -9. And again, I typed it out this way, so that's actually how you could enter it in your calculator. Okay, so now I have 25 plus -4. So this is 21. This is 3 plus 30. This is 33. -5 plus -20. -25. Okay. Now, I think I may have like one or two problems like this on the practice test. The most I've ever put on this has been 4. okay? Only because, you know, this, of all the stuff that we've done this week, this is what takes the longest, okay? Has lots of moving parts, easily to get messed up. Which one? 25, negative 25. 33. Finally had a question about my handwriting. I appreciate that.
Well, to me, it looks like a 23 and then a negative 25. That's all I was asking.
Okay. Works for me. So now I did send out an email to all the parents and stuff today, telling them, you know, how things are going. Everything's still in Schoology. I actually had one of my students email me and says, "Hey, I didn't realize that our homework was in Schoology." After I said in class, it says your turn on your handout. That's for you to do it. You actually submit it in Schoology. I didn't know. This is why people don't like humans. Okay. All right. So now this one, this is a 1 row by 2 columns. This is a 2 row by 2 columns. All right. So these two match. So yes, it's doable. And the size of our answer is going to be a 1 by 2. I like 1 by 2s. They're really easy. Okay, what's even easier is a 1 by 1. That's just one number. All right. What are we going to multiply if this part, this answer right here, is in the first row, first column? What are we going to multiply negative 3 by if this is the first row and this is the first column? Say again? Yeah. Very good. Negative 3 times negative 3. Exactly. All right. And then this is going to be 4 times. Nope. Yeah, positive 3. So this is 12. All right. Now, for this answer, this is in the first row, second column. I don't think I should be doing the X's. Or row 1, column 2. Okay. All right. So this one's kind of easy. We still have negative 3 and 4. So what's our numbers right here in this last column? Yeah. So this gives us 18 and negative 24. So for our final answer, let's see, 9 plus 12, 21. 18 plus negative 24, or 18 minus 24 gives us negative 6. All right. Huh? Yeah, that's it. Why does it say row 1, column 2? It's because I kind of realize I probably shouldn't be writing 1 times 1 because that's the size. This position is in row 1, column 1. So we know we take this row times this column. This is kind of the reason why I like what we're about to do is where we're finding missing things is for the bigger matrix. I don't have to actually make you do all of it. I just have to make you kind of find out what we're looking for. Okay. And that's a big thing for me. That's more of a concept thing. Okay. All right. Are we ready? Okay. Now, in some of the like other examples, you'll see tick marks or little things. That's to let you know that the answer is a 2 by 2. All right. This time we're actually trying to find the exact term that goes in whether X or Y is. Okay. Now X is in the first row, second column. I can't spell column. Okay. So we're going to multiply this first row times the second column. So that's 2 times 0 plus -1 times 0. Well, what does that end up being? It's a plus. It is going to be 0 because 2 times 0 is 0. -1 plus 0 is also 0. All right. Now for Y, this is in the second row, first column. So that's these things right here. So we're going to have -5 times 6 plus -6 times -1. Well, that's -30. That's 6. And that would give us 24. So I like, honestly, for matrix multiplication, I like problems like this better than anything. Because it actually helps you break down what you're supposed to do. Okay, it kind of gets like, A, it's less work. And we all like less work, right? Okay. B, it actually focuses on the process of it. Okay. I love problems like these. You may actually see more of these than the other ones on your practice test and test, because this actually makes sure that you really know what's going on. Okay. And remember, if I'm recording this and you forget how to do something, if you go back and look at your notes, you can go back on those days for that topic, and there I am. Yay! Or if you're just really missing seeing my smiling face that you can't see behind the mask, so I have to squint so people know I smile. All right. So let's move on. All right. Simplify, it says right, undefined for expressions that are undefined. Those are going to be the problems that we can't do. Okay. Now, this is a 2 by 2 and a 2 by 2. This is our match, so we can do it. So it is defined. I just spelled math instead of match. Spelling is not my strong point. And then this is going to be our answer size. Okay. Now I'm going to make a big thing right here so y'all can kind of see what's going on. All right. What just happened? I disconnected. No. Reconnect. It does that sometimes. Okay, there I am. All right. So this is first row, first column. I'm just going to say R and C. All right. So that's this row and this column. So we're going to have 0 times 6 plus 2 times 3. All right. Well, and I really should have wrote that right there. Okay. This one is in the first row. Second column. So again, that's this row and then this column right here. Well, that's 0 times -6 plus 2 times 0. Ah, our favorite type of problems. This one is in the second row, first column. Okay, so that's this times this. So -2 times 6 plus -5 times 3. All right, and this is second row, second column, which is this times this. So -2 times -6 plus -5 times 0. All right, that's the actual math part. Now, some people may or may not be able to do it in your head, okay, which is absolutely fine. I can't do all that in my head. Some of it I can, some of it I can't. I know some people, I've had students before that they do this with their pencil and then they get their calculator and they multiply it and they just plug it right into their answer. -5 times 0. All right. So now I'm going to actually write my answer over here. All right. So this is 0 plus 6. So this gives us 6 right here. We should know all this is 0. This is -12 plus -15. So this is -27. And then this is 12 plus 0, so just 12. Okay. Now, with the blue handout that you have and all of our notes, if you don't think you have enough room, you can always get one of the white sheets of paper to take notes. It's I'll try to give y'all a lot of room, but I cannot. Some people write really small and some people write really big. So I can't. I have to try to go somewhere in the middle. Okay. And the reason I take up as much room as I do is so everybody can see all the steps. All right. All right. So let's look at number 2. All right. So number 2, this is a 2-row by 1 column and a 1-row by 2 column. Okay. So these match. And then this is going to be our size for our answer. Okay, so our size is going to be a 2 by 2. Now, this one's a little bit easier. Okay. For first row, first column, well, that's this row times this column. Okay, so basically it's just 6 times -5, which is -30. Okay. First row, first column, that's this times that. Well, 24. This is second row, second column, that's -3 times -5, which is 15. This is second row, second column, -3 times 4, -12. Now, I know I kind of make it look easy with the colors and hopefully separating things. Some people are like, that's a whole lot of colors. I get easily distracted. If the colors help you, I have colored pencils for you to use. Okay. By all means, do whatever you have to do to make it easier for you. I know I have some students that are like highlighter fiends. Okay. They love to highlight and they will highlight and they have their own key. I mean, it looks like a bag of Skittles threw up on their paper by the time they're done, but they know exactly what's happening. Okay. All right. I'm going to come back. We're going to come back to those two in just a second. There's a reason why. All right. It says find the value marked X and Y. The asterisks are placeholders. Okay. This is kind of like the one of the examples we had earlier. Okay. So for X is in the first row, second column. Well, that's this row times this, which is 0 times 4 plus 5 times -4. Well, 0 times 4 is 0. This is just -20. All right, my Y is in the third row, first column. So third row, first column, which that is -5 times -4 plus 1 times -2. This is 20 plus -2. So I get 18. All right. How many of y'all like these problems other than the ones where you got to do all of it? Awesome. Nobody said anything. They all hate it all, which is fine. All right. Number 6. Okay. X is in the first row, first column. Now, this one has a lot more to multiply, but we still just do the same thing. So that's this row and this column. So this is 5 times -4 plus 3 times -3 plus, giving the answer away, plus 5 times 3, so -20 plus -9 plus 15, so -29 plus 15, we get -14. All right, our Y is in the second row, second column. Okay, so that's this row and this column, which is 1 times 2, it's 5 times 4, and plus 0 times -5, which becomes 2 plus 20 plus 0. Whoa, bad area. Which is 22. All right. So I'm stopping the lesson right here to go back, and I'm going to let y'all try those other 2 problems on our own.